through some announcements and go right into introducing our speaker. I'm going to start because I'm so excited. Taylor is Diamond, you guys. She will be officially Diamond tomorrow. She freaking crushed it today, and I'm so proud of her. She's been crushing it for a while, but just congratulations. I don't know if her team's on here. Miranda was her Emerald, and I'm just so proud of you guys. You guys have done amazing. And Sierra is one discount coach away from Diamond as well, so she will probably be right behind her.
I just have a quick general one. So my team started a new coach pod over the last week and a half. And what I'm seeing in there is just so awesome. It's not just dropping their gift when they do a power hour, since that's kind of the homework, but they're really going in there and like sharing wins and sharing struggles and sharing like mindset things and speaking up as leaders. And it's been really powerful to see. So all of you gals in the new coach pod, you know who you are, and I'm super proud of you. Keep it up.
I wanted to shout out Noelle. She did her first IGTV this week, and it was phenomenal. Like, so real, so raw, so honest. And that's how you connect with people, guys. Like, you got to step outside your comfort zone and show who you are. So I'm super duper proud of you. And I don't know if she's on yet, but she will be. Jessica Rogowski goes Emerald tomorrow, and she's been just kicking butt. She brought a new coach this week, and I am super proud of y'all. So keep it up, Team Glow Diggers.
I'll go ahead and go. You guys hear me? Everybody hear me? Okay. I want to give a shout out. I don't think she's on the call tonight. She has a couple more weeks of her course that conflicts with this time. But Christina Yuri, she's been kind of a front runner on our team since she started. And you guys have noticed she's kind of been lower on the boards the last month. And come to find out, she's actually been recovering from coronavirus. So she kicked coronavirus's booty, and her 5-year-old daughter and her aunt. They had gone on vacation to Deep Creek together and all got coronavirus. And she still hit Success Club last month. And her doctor was just so proud of her and really contributed her amazing comeback. It just took 2.5 weeks of hell, but amazing comeback to her lifestyle and this journey that she's on, and just saying, without your health, who knows? And just really proud of her, like you're on your deathbed and you still make this business happen. So big congrats to her, because we all know how scary that is right now. So
Incredible. Can't wait to see her face again. Anybody else?
I'll shout out real quick. Tara is going to be hitting Emerald tomorrow as well. So I'm super pumped. And she's on month 2 of Success Starter. So very proud and excited for her.
Amazing, Tara. Anybody else? Got any new coaches on here? Is this anybody's first call? Anybody? All right, guys, I'm going to jump into some quick announcements. So obviously MBF launched yesterday. I hope you guys have your MBF access and you have been telling anyone and everyone about this incredible program. I'm really excited to do this. I snuck in one of the workouts yesterday and it was super awesome. Bevy comes next week, July 13th. So you can find a lot of this information on like the Team Beachbody Coach 411 page, the same page where the National Wake Up Call and everything is. You're always going to be able to find kind of the up and coming stuff there. The Difference Maker Movement Summit is this Friday. I'm going to go ahead and just put the Zoom link right here in the chat. If you guys want to save this, because it's been in the team page and it'll be in the team page, but go ahead and just copy and paste that, put that in your notes or something for your phone. It's going to start at 7. We're going to start with speakers. So we've got Christina Delgado, the Fitzpatricks, Brittany Leggett, and then we're going to go into this incredible recognition video that Liz had put together professionally. It's so amazing. I cannot wait to see all of it come together. We're just going to celebrate and hang out for the night. July 13th through the 18th will be Beachbody Summit. So keep an eye out for that as well. It's going to be an all week long event, and I'm just excited to still get as much out of it as I could have in person, maybe more, because I don't know about you guys, but when you're at Summit, like it's a lot. Like it's a 3-day event where you are like, whoa, this is insane. I mean, you take a lot away, but it's almost so much that you're like, how do I even move forward? So I like almost that this is going to be a 5-day thing, guys, where you can just come in there, get what you need, and go plug that into your business. So we're going to give you guys kind of just some tools for that, how to prepare yourselves for that. And then we'll do a team call kind of about what we took away from Summit so we can kind of rehash all of that back out. There is a really special diamond push opportunity happening right now. It's going to start on Monday. The link is in the team page. Keith Callahan, Haley Christian, Patrick Reelman. You guys want to shout, put some more names out there if you know. I can't think off the top of my head, but these guys are some of the best of the best. And it's just really awesome that we get to learn from them. So you also have a little money prize available to you in there as well by getting in there and going through that. So whether you're diamond, whether you're trying to get to diamond, it's not like this is just another diamond push. We're also going to be in the middle of a launch because the customer launch of MBF is at the end of this month. So there's just so much opportunity to keep this program going and keep this momentum going. Anything else that you guys want to touch on? Do you know?
I just wanted to say, don't be scared to do the Diamond Dash. Like, even if you're a brand new coach, sometimes we need that kick in the you-know-what to get over our fears and just do it and be surrounded by people that have what you want, right? Like, I know a lot of us leaders, we need it just as much as y'all do. And it's a lot more fun when your whole team gets on board and puts your money where your mouth is and says, I'm going to make this happen. And this is what I'm doing to do it. So it's not every day that y'all get all those people in one spot. And I would just don't waste it. Like, just take these next 6 weeks and imagine what you can do with the program and your business.
I completely agree. I was in the last one, I think in 2017, and it was so good. The other thing too is our pop-up shop is still open. I'm pretty sure we're going to go in there tomorrow and be like, extended through Friday. So we're just going to like kind of pop that out there and tell everybody, but definitely create that urgency tonight. Tell people to get their orders in. I know people are rank advancing left and right from this. So utilize that, utilize all of those incentives and do whatever it takes. Okay. Let's get to our speaker, Kenzie Clark. Is it Mackenzie or just Kenzie? I was gonna say a nice name.
Just Kenzie is good.
It's
Kenzie.
Just Kenzie?
Well, my actual name is Mackenzie, but Kenzie's good.
Kenzie, okay. Love it. Nice name. She is a diamond coach, guys. She's 4 people away from 2-star diamond. She's been in Success Club for 15 months. Last month, she was at Success Club 72 combined. She's helped 35 women earn and submit a transformation this year so far, which is probably the most impressive stat, to be completely honest. That's incredible. So she's helped 35 people have a before and have an after in the first half of the year, and that's really special. She's going to talk to us tonight, you guys, about just building momentum, serving her following, creating FOMO. We did talk a little bit before this about TikTok is not necessarily going to be TikToking probably for much longer. But we've all been around long enough to know that your business isn't built off just one app. And I said this when I introduced her. There's hard work behind that. Whatever app you're on or whatever social media you're using, or whether you're calling people on the phone, you know, it all comes back to that hard work and serving people. So we're excited to hear from you, and just take it away.
All right, cool. So you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'm not really going to chat about like the basic things. I think that's what like the business activity checker's for and all that. But I'm just going to be talking about the personal things that I do. So whenever I first started, I was a success starter, and then I hit diamond later that year, and then I fell off. All my coaches quit, all of my people, and then once again I hit diamond again, and then all my people quit again. So this was just recently then that I was stuck at Emerald for, I would say, a good 6 months. Like I didn't really know, like I wanted it, but I didn't really know what was going on or how I could really level up. But what I found was the first thing that really changed everything was that I changed my personal development. So I'm a pretty like super positive and motivated person as is. And that's what I was listening to because I loved it. I mean, I was listening to like Keisha Fitzgerald, and while that's great, like those kind of podcasts and books weren't doing anything for me to change because I was already positive and I was already motivated to do things. So the first thing I did was if anybody knows Josh Coates, I'm like obsessed with him. And I invested in his recruiting workshop, and it was just such a game changer as is, just having the personal development of leadership and recruiting that I really needed because I didn't need the motivation. I didn't need positivity. What I needed was recruiting and building a business. And then also for some reason, every time I got on my laptop to do my workout, a message popped up that Jessica Lanier was doing a May Hot Seat series. And so like every single day I would, or maybe it was week, I would watch one of hers. And so that was Jessica Lanier and Josh Coates. And I just really needed a different personal development because it's all about our mindset, you guys. But anyways, so that's where I started, but I have just some cool things. So I have this whole year, I've revolved my business around transformations. And that's why I wanted to make sure to put that stat in there because I think that it's so important that when you're doing this business, you are helping people make transformations. From that before picture to the after as many times as you can. So I created a Getting Started Right Google form. And so for anybody that signs up, I send them just in my welcome email. It's a getting started form, and it just has like, what's your program, what's your end date, or what's your start date, and what's your end date. And just a few other things like what's your goals. But anyways, I think that is like a game changer that from the get-go, they know that I know when their end date is. And so then every so often, it doesn't have to be like right away, I will look in the like summary of the Google form and I'll just take a blank calendar just like this. And if you can kind of see, like I just write the person's name and what program they're doing like on the finish day. So like Kara L, 21 Day Fix, Caitlin R, 21 Day Fix, and I have them all written here. So that way I can always check back. I can say, hey, Kara, how's 21 Day Fix going? Or if it's getting down to the point, I'm like, so Kara, are you still planning to finish 21 Day Fix on the 5th? And she may say, you know what, like the weekend got the best of me. I'm actually going to finish on Wednesday. And I'll just scratch it off and mark it on Wednesday. But at least like she knows that like I'm counting on her to finish that program and I'm kind of like holding her accountable. So then from there, at the beginning of the month, so I've got like this laid out for my July right now, and I can look and I can be like, okay, I've got like X amount of people finishing this program, X amount of people finishing this program, and then I'll get on Etsy and I just have these little decals that I get. So I have some that just say goals if it's for say 21 Day Fix or like random programs. But then also like I have a girl that's finishing bar, and so I got her a bar babe. Or like if somebody was finishing 10 rounds, I got what was it called? It was like a total knockout decal. And I just think that it's cool to give them something specific to their program, and anything is fine, but just having that like incentive of, okay, you did the program and you helped me because now I have your transformation, but now I'm going to gift you the decal. And then in my bod group, I shout people out. I'm like, hey, so Amy just finished bar blend. Let's shout her out. And Amy, post your transformation. And she can post it in there, whether or not she wants me to post it. Like I always ask, because I would never post anybody on my feed that they didn't want it. But in the bod group, most everybody posts in there. And it's so cool because they'll like shout each other out and be like, oh my gosh, go girl. And just, or people will say, can you tell a difference? And like, it's so cool to see other women say, oh my gosh, yes. And all the things. And then also too, so when they get this in the mail, they're like super excited, and I handwrite them just a little quick note, and I just get cards like Dollar Tree or like whatever I can find that's cheap, but I handwrite it, send it to them. Since this is flat, it's just a regular stamp, so I like that too. But sometimes they'll tag me on their Instagram, which I don't expect, but if they do that, then like all of their following sees that they did a program, and then all of my people see that I helped somebody, and it's a really cool like thing. And plus, if they would tag me, then twice as many people are getting a reach. So anyways, then I gather this bank of transformations if they allow me to use theirs. If they don't want me to use it, then I usually, like, I might save it, but I don't want to get confused and like, upload it somewhere. So sometimes I take a look and I congratulate them, and then I move on from it. But I create just a Google folder, and it has all my transformations in it. And so every so often I make a Canva. So I just do a very simple, like, we committed to 100 workouts. And then the next little like page would have a little picture, and it says like Casey finished 100 workouts. And I don't like call it like Morning Meltdown 100, but I just say like 100 workouts. And then I'll put Casey's transformation. And then I'll say, Allison finished 100 workouts. And I'm just duplicating the page, so it's super easy to make or add on to. But then I can shout out a whole bunch of people at one time often. So I don't like use the same one all the time, but just, every now and then I can do my whole one about Morning Meltdown or my whole one about Lift 4. But I'm just creating the transformation and the FOMO against like, oh my gosh, so many people are making transformations, and then they want to too. So that's why I'm celebrating my challengers, but also I am celebrating my coaches as much as possible, because they're obviously like super important. I do a Facebook message thread with my girls. So all of them are in the Facebook message. And what I mean by all is all of my PS coaches, and also all of my coaches. And even if they have coaches, I'm good with this all being in the same message thread, because even though it is sometimes a lot of messages, I want my girls to feel just as a part of the team as my PS. And plus, my coaches matter to me just as much as they matter to their coach, because not that I'm thinking about rank all the time, but if that girl hits emerald, then I hit diamond, you know what I mean? So it does matter. And so whatever I have to say is probably good stuff if I'm mentioning it. And so I'm not trying to be their coach, but any insight that I can give to anybody, like, I am grateful for that. And plus, like, what if one of those coaches would quit? Then I want to be just as connected to those people so that, I can get them right on board with, like, that's not my point, but, just in case. But anyway, so I have this message thread. I'm creating an environment where we celebrate everything. And I might just say, celebrate something that you've done today, because it's not all about Success Club and rank points. But if you've sent 10 invites, like, heck yes, you sent 10 invites, or I might give a challenge of creating a list and sending X amount of invites, or sharing your tracker or something like that. So in this message thread, because we're all together, then I can shout out someone too. I can say like, oh my gosh, Casey hit emerald. Yes, girl. And then everyone else sees Casey hit emerald, and they're congratulating her. But then in their minds, they're like, I want to hit emerald. If she hit emerald, like, I can do that. And that's what happened in May, is that I actually had 6 people hit emerald in 1 month, which was crazy, just because that's what was happening. One girl hit, another girl hit. And like, hopefully that would be how it would be for diamond too, but I'm just not there quite yet, just because they're just now hitting emerald. But what I do too is, so I love the decals, and I have created kind of incentives for my coaches. So they get the coach tank for the Success Club, like from Beachbody. But what I do is whenever they hit Emerald, I give them a coach decal for their shaker bottle that just says Coach Kenzie, something super cute, send them to themselves, to their address. But I love that because it's been almost kind of like a club, like, oh, sending your decal this way, or send me a picture of your decal. And it's just cool. And that way they feel good about it. And starting last month too, I saw this from Jessica Lanier. She gives Success Club gifts. And so last month at the beginning of the month, I said, okay, if anybody hits Emerald for the first time, they get their coach decal. If anyone hits Success Club this month, then they get, it was like a Morse code team bracelet from Etsy. It was like $4, but I said that, and a few people did. And then this month I said the same thing, but my gift changed to just a tall, skinny, like kind of like a BrewMate, but it was just like from Amazon. It was just like a regular tall, skinny koozie. I feel like anybody can use a koozie, and I just got, well, I haven't got them yet, but I'll get like a 4-pack or something, give everybody a koozie. And I just think that that's cool. Anyways, it's just the incentives and the momentum that you're kind of creating by celebrating each other and celebrating yourself. And so in my group message, every single night, I'm posting my contact list and my business activity tracker in there every night. And my goal is just to let everyone know in my group that I'm doing the work. And you see that I'm at Success Club X, that's because I'm doing the work. And I want to be the example for them. And I want everybody to know that, I didn't just magically, get 20 Success Club points. It's because I've sent X amount of invites, or because I've done all the things. And then last on this part is that for my new customers, I also give them a welcome card. I used to do a welcome gift, and that kind of became like just too much because of the mass amount of people. So I just gave them a welcome card, and honestly, that's personal enough. They don't know any different, and I just write it out. I'm like, heck yes, so excited that you joined me. Can't wait to see your transformation in a couple weeks or in 8 weeks, whatever the program is. And then I have a Canva too that I was at least, I would say, hey, do you care if I use your profile picture as a shout out in my story? I like stories, and give a little heart face or whatever. And a lot of times they're like, sure, go ahead. And so I'm posting new challenger Caitlin, new challenger Abby, new challenger, and I'm posting everybody's picture in there. And that's just creating even more FOMO, because not only am I talking about my group, but now people are seeing how many people I'm actually adding to my group. So I want to talk about invites. I send 100 invites or so per week, nothing less than 100, but I feel like that's my go-to number. And so I was doing this training for my coaches, and in the training, I was showing my contact list. It's just, I'm a paper and pencil, I don't know, just regular 100 list. And I just circle or highlight the ones that are interested. But in my video that I was doing, I got only 10 responses out of the whole 100. And that was just kind of an eye-opener, and it changes week by week. But on that particular one, I got 10 responses. So that's kind of like 1 out of 10 people might even respond. And then out of the ones that respond, there might be less that actually join. So I just try to show my people and to show you guys that you just got to send the invites, and you got to take the emotion completely out. I just mass send, and just move on. After I've sent my invites of the day, so maybe it's 15, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 10, whatever. Send my invites, move on. I don't really care. I mean, of course I want anyone to join, but I'm just offering the opportunity. If they don't want to join, if they don't want to respond or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just looking for the ones that do. So I just kind of try to take the emotion completely out of it. And then, so as far as my invites go, I just do a real quick judge of their profile picture. I'm just like, okay, do I want to be like besties with this person, or just invite them to my challenge group? So these are anybody that's new in my story or on my likes. And if I want to be besties, then I'll send them a coach invite. And if I just maybe want to ask them, then I'll just do a challenger invite. So I don't have a particular amount of like, I do 10 this and 5 this every day, but I'm mostly sending coaching now that that's what I mostly need. So you're sending these invites and you're sending them. Now you need to close the deal. So this is actually my favorite. So I'm sending all my invites, and say around like whatever works with my schedule. It might be Friday morning, might be Saturday morning, might be Sunday morning. It doesn't even matter, but I will go to my list, and everybody that's circled or highlighted, I'll send them a voice message follow-up. And I think that to me is key, because if you're sending a voice message, it really makes them feel like you really want them to join. And like I do, that's why I'm following up with them. But hearing my voice, it's more comforting than just like a message that they're wondering if I sent to anybody else. I don't know. So anyways, I'll just send a voice message. And I want you guys to know that if they were interested, then you're not being annoying. Like, it's okay to follow up with people and keep on following up literally forever because they were interested. So I don't wait until the end of the month to follow up and say, so what'd you think? I'm creating deadlines and I'm creating urgency because they were interested. Now I want them to sign up. So how I do that is I might say something like this in my voice message. I'll say like, hey, Jessica, just following up with you because I know that you were interested, and I only have 4 more spots left for my June accountability group. Didn't know if you wanted me to save you a spot. I'll say something like that. So I have X amount of spots, and it starts Monday. What do you think? Or I might say, hey, so I decided that I was doing 4 sticks of pre-workout for my next 4 women that joined me on my Lift 4 program. I just thought that was kind of fun, and I know that you were interested, so I didn't know if you may want to join in. So in that way, I am creating urgency of I'm doing this and I'm starting it, but now I'm giving them something. And that you don't always have to do that for sure, but it is a nice incentive if you know that, well, now I can get a pre-workout sample rather than before I could get nothing. And then my favorite is Mondays. So let's just say, you don't have a new group starting, you're not starting a new program. It's just like that middle time or whenever. Well, there's always a Monday every single week. And I make Mondays the January 1st of every single week. I just say, like, this is on Friday or Saturday. I'll be like, hey, girlfriend, I just want to check up with you because Mondays are always awesome start days, and I know that you were interested. So I didn't know if you may want to get all set up this weekend, pick a program, get all ready to go, and then a fresh start on Monday. What would you say about just going all in with me? And I say something like that because Mondays are awesome start days. And so after I invite all week, then I'm like, all right, let's sign up. And then if they don't, like, that's fine too. Then I'll follow back up later in the month or whenever. So let's talk about recruiting too, because Josh Coates says that recruiting to the business is just the same as like asking people to do our products. It's just a different product. And so we have to be asking people to join as a coach just as much as we're asking people to do our workout programs in our challenge groups. So we all want to get to that 2-star, right? Well, Josh Coates says 90% of coaches are not going to be long-term. And from experience, I can relate with that. Like if we even think about who was with us at Super Saturday in January, hopefully some of the same people were there, but chances are some of them are not. And so we have to think about that if 90% of the people are statistically going to quit on us, like hopefully not, but statistically, then we've got to be recruiting a lot for those people to stay with us, especially if we're shooting for bigger things, premier and elite. Like, we need those people that are going to stay, but we have to work through the ones that are unfortunately going to quit. So, my crazy little scenario was, what if you signed up 10 coaches in 1 month, like coaches? Because if 9 are possibly going to quit, and I don't want to like make it seem like I'm like, oh, like you are just going to quit on me. But if that's the statistic, if we signed up 10 coaches in 1 month, like, I'm looking to build an elite team. And so what my whole thinking was is I would invite to the coaching opportunity for a couple weeks and then be like, all right, I'm hosting a coach mentorship and it's starting on this day. So anybody that was interested, let's get you going. And so I would set a date for that coach mentorship, and I would set an amount of people. So in my stories, and I even did this literally just now, I would say, like, I'm starting a coach mentorship on Monday and I have 5 spots. Or maybe like in my notes, this was like for May, I said I had 6 spots. And I made a really quick Canva that said like memorial mentorship, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the line. And I put that on my story. And then as I'm talking about it, as I'm talking about the coach mentorship, I'm putting that little Canva graphic up. That way everybody knows there's 6 spots and it starts Monday. I even had this idea on the Wednesday, but don't be afraid to just put it out there right whenever you think of it. And so all those people that were interested, because I had been inviting, I followed up and I'm like, hey, so I have this new coach mentorship. All the coaches that want to begin are all going to be in one big group, and it starts on Monday. I'm super excited about it. I'm only taking 6 people. I didn't know if you wanted to be one of those 6. See how I'm creating that deadline of Monday, and I'm doing like the 6 spots, and I'm voice messaging them as a follow-up. That way, you know, they know that I want them in if they want in. And then, so as someone would say, yeah, let's just go for it, then I would sign them up, and then on my little Canva, I would tag them in my stories. So I have, like, I'm filling in the 1 through 6, and then I'm following up with the other people, and then I'm filling in that 1 through 6, and I have like 2 or 3 people, and I'm excited about it, and I just keep on shouting these people out, and people are watching your story. People watch my stories, at least. I'm sure they're watching yours, because we're like a TV show and nobody else is posting on their stories, but we are all on it, which is great. But so people are seeing the spots fill up, and I'm not even afraid to reach back out and be like, hey, so we know you didn't respond, but I only have 1 spot. Totally not trying to be annoying, but since there's 1 spot, I just didn't know if you wanted in. And that time, like whenever I said that I wanted 6 coaches, I actually got 5 coaches, which was pretty dang cool because that's a lot of coaches. So I paired with another coach just to make some really short videos, and kind of created a bod group related to this. And you could do your mentorship however you'd like, or individual, it doesn't even matter. But when we think about having 5 coaches start at one time, it's not actually 5 times harder. Like, it seems like it would be because it's 5 times, but really you're just saying all the same things to each of the 5. If I have something to say personally to one, I just copy and paste and send it to the other. Or if I'm sending a voice message, or like if I think of something, I'm just sending it to all 5 right in a row. So I'm like showing examples, I'm doing voice messages, all the things. But it's just, it was cool to start that many people and just see what would come of it. Josh Coates also has a quote that says, it's not your fault if they don't show up. And that to me was an absolute game changer, because I think for months I was like, all my coaches are quitting, nobody's doing anything, nobody's signing anybody up, blah, 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 like pity party me. But really, I needed to know that it's not my fault. Like if I showed them what to do and I followed up with them, I like sent them examples, like I didn't give up on them, but if they don't do the work, then it's not on me. So if they don't send their invites and they don't sign anybody up, like that doesn't necessarily make me a bad leader. Like maybe I could do something different, I don't know, but if they don't want to do the work, then it's not our fault. And I needed to know that so bad. So, and also like when someone signs up, you know they're going to be excited. They're excited. You're excited. Everybody's excited. They're going to do all the things. And then sometimes they do nothing. And that's just how it is. Like, right? I'm sure that we've all had those scenarios. Super excited and then nothing. Well, I mean, for me, if Erica told me to like, if she was like, Kenzie, you need to read Leadership every single night, send me 3 takeaways, I'd do it. Like, I wouldn't say, oh my gosh, like I don't have time to do that because of X. No, I would do it. I'd either wake up a little early or I'd do it on my lunch or go to bed a little late or fit it in with pockets or whatever. But that's just an example of some people are going to come in wanting to work and some people aren't. And we can mentor them and we can help them, but just know that it's not your fault if they don't do anything. They can still, you know, be just as a part of your team, but you're still, in the end, you're looking for those people that are going to run with you. So out of those 5, bring it full circle here, 2 of those hit Emerald, which is so cool. One of them ghosted me, didn't talk to me again, and like I don't even know. I think she thought that she was gonna like become rich in one day is what I literally think. But and then 2 are just kind of slowly figuring it out and like taking it very slow, going back to work and just being like busy and stuff. And that's fine too. But my point is, what if I just would have signed on one coach? If I would have just signed on one, I have like that risk of maybe they would do nothing, maybe they'd ghost me, maybe they'd take it slow, or maybe they'd hit Emerald like some of those other girls. So that's kind of my spiel on mentorship and my coaches and all that kind of stuff. But going into emails, because I have truly found a love for emails, because when you're chatting with someone and get their email, every email is like a follow-up. So anytime I'm talking to someone, I'm trying to get that email in there. And so what I do too is for every month I create a Google form. So I love Google Forms, and I just make a duplicate copy per month and then just change a few things. But anyways, my form will say like, what is Beachbody On Demand? What's my challenge group like this week? Blah, blah, blah. Here's, I'm interested. But my point is that anytime that someone is interested or wants more information or anything, I send them my Google form because I want their email. Even if they don't want to talk to me ever again, like on Messenger, I still have their email address and I can still follow up with them. They're still seeing my notification and getting that newsletter that I send every single week. And what I do too is I put my forms in my link tree. So like any form that I might have, whether it's my coach website, if that's your jam, or maybe it's my, keep on getting notifications, or maybe it is my June accountability group. And I'm putting all these in my link tree or whatever you have. I have a campsite, but I'm putting all that in there. And then I'm referencing my link tree a lot. I'm like, whenever I talk about my challenge group, then I'm like, link in bio for more information, because people sometimes want to browse. And so that's a cool way for them to browse, but then get their email. So you do have to like tell them link in bio, or else they don't know. So like whenever I was doing this, whenever I had my link tree before and it was working, I never said anything about it, and no one, I don't think, ever really looked at it. But now I'm like, link in bio this, link in bio this, and that way people can always browse there. And then often I'll show like an actual screen recording of what I mean by link in bio, because if you're not a network marketer, you probably have no idea what that even is. But if you show people that on your phone, how to just click the link where it is on your bio, like what a bio is, this is the link, and then just kind of like click on your accountability group or whatever you're showing them. That way they see, oh, that's how I can find all the details. So like I said, every email is a follow-up or an invite. And what I do is I decided I was going to make a meal plan for every week. That's just something that I want to give to my people. And you can give anything. It doesn't have to be that. I just enjoy it. I've always done IGTVs on meal prepping. So I thought that I would do a meal plan in my newsletter, and I blast that. So in my IGTVs, I always say, like, subscribe to my newsletter so that I can get you my meal plan tomorrow. That because my video is me making it, but then my newsletter has the actual meal plan. Or like in my stories, I might say, yeah, I'm getting 10 grilling recipes set up for my newsletter tomorrow. And literally that might just be me going to the Beachbody blog and copying and pasting the link and putting a nice graphic up there. But when I'm blasting that you're going to get 10 grilling recipes, I want you to come for the grilling recipes or the meal plan or whatever. But my main point is to get you to my newsletter for whatever you came for, which is great. I'm going to have it like I promised, but I'm blasting my new group. I'm doing like a transformation shout out. I'm doing coaching opportunities, link this, link this, link this, here's this, and here's this new product coming. MBF, here's the video. And like, I'm just blasting all the ways that they can join me and what's coming up. They came for the grilling recipes, but now they know all the opportunities, which I think is just cool. So, and then on Tuesday, I'll say like, check your email, and I do a little screen recording of what my email looks like so that people will hopefully subscribe to it for next week. And that also gives a reminder to the ones that do subscribe to actually check their email, and then they're seeing all the ways that they can connect and sign up or join my groups or what's going on, everything like that. And I do want to chat about posts, because Josh Coates also says, so I'm obsessed, but he says that you're not trying to get likes, you're trying to get people to like you. So you're not just trying to get likes, you're trying to get people to like you. And so we know that we post every day, but what I found is not everything actually has to relate back to Beachbody. And for the longest time, like, I thought that it did. I thought that if I was doing an off post, then it was just like basically a waste of time, like whatever, no one's joining me today, off post. But actually I found that I have gotten so much more engagement on the posts that I make that are just fun. And then I bring the people in that are interested. Like, let's just call it a wine day with my girlfriends. I could have posted that I was just so thankful that day that I was able to buy my wine with my Beachbody debit card. You know, I could have said something like that. But what I could do too is say, I'm so glad that quarantine's over, so me and my girls can sit out in the sun and have some straight on girl time with wine. Best day ever. That brings so many more people around, because they don't really care that I bought the wine with my Beachbody card. They like that I'm having fun, that I have friends and whatever. So I'm bringing all these people in that just simply like my post, but now they see the other posts that I have, or they follow me for that post, but then they see my story and realize, oh, she does workouts, cool. So yeah, we can just make it super fun. And you know, I kind of had tried out some different things, like my pool's open, the water's clear, where should I get a swimsuit? And people love to give their opinion, so they're going to comment, and when people comment, it gets more engagement, because then like, especially like if it's on Facebook, you know, so-and-so commented on Kenzie Clark's thing. And so like I did that even today, and so many people comment, and it brings your picture up to the top too. And or if I'm doing a teacher project, I can literally say, save this for later. And people don't even know sometimes that little flag in the bottom right corner of a Instagram thing is a save button. Well, Instagram likes for people to comment, to save, to engage in any way. So I'm telling them to save. So yeah, you just kind of have to tell people how to engage, whether you want them to comment something or save something or just whatever. But we need to post about our challenge groups and our opportunities, but we also can post more about us and just being ourselves, and, you know, not always bringing everything back to Beachbody. Sometimes I feel like it might be a little bit of a turnoff, just sometimes. You know, if you're having, like, I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head except for my wine day that, you know, that day specifically, I remember that I wanted to post about getting my workout in because I was so excited, but I didn't want to bring my wine post back to the fact that I got my workout in. So I don't know. Anyways, make videos, be you. I try to do all aspects of me, whether it be my dog, fitness, foods, my husband, teaching, and transformations. And I just kind of always am looking at my 9, like my Instagram 9, whatever pops up first, because that's what people are going to see. I try to make sure that I have all aspects of me at all times, that they know that I'm into fitness. They can look at my page and see that, that I have a transformation, and, you know, that I have friends, and that I have a dog, and that I am a teacher, because those are the people who I want to be attracting. All right, 2 more topics. I am rocking Success Club. My goal is not Success Club 6. Like, that's the minimum, yeah. But that's not my goal. My goal is just to help as many people each week as possible. I don't even say like if I was at Success Club 72 last month, I'm not saying I want to beat my goal and get to 80. Like, I don't even really care about the numbers. I mean, it's fun, of course, but I just want to help as many people as I can. And so 6 is not my goal. And I think that when we think a little bit in bigger terms, then we will be more likely to hit our goals. What I mean by that is, like, let's just say you shoot for Success Club 10. Well, the chances of you hitting Success Club 10 are pretty high because that's your goal. But if you didn't hit it, at least you would get 6. Rather than saying my goal is 6, and if I don't hit it, well, now I don't hit Success Club, and now I don't get all the awesome perks related to it. So, you know, I don't want to contradict anybody else's thinking on that, but that's just what I think, is that whenever you have the urgency and whenever you have the deadline and you follow up weekly with people, you're just going to get more people. And every Monday is January 1st. And on one of the calls that I listened to on that Jessica Lanier's May Hot Seat series, Danny Detro was in there, and she said that her goal is always 6 by the 6th, 10 by the 10th, and then 20 by the end of the month. And that's kind of stuck with me, just as like a reminder that that might be a good benchmark, maybe. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there. But then to also just keeping in mind that if you keep people around for a whole entire year, then you may get Success Club points from them again. And while it's not about the points, it's, you know, about helping. But still, last month I actually got 5 people that were renewing, and I'm like, hey, you know what, you could renew. It'll charge you at $99, or you can just kind of cancel what you have on X date and then upgrade to a challenge pack. So keeping people around could possibly give you the Success Club points as well. And then last, the TikTok. So I have been obsessed with TikTok. I started just for fun. I started just doing a few dances. I was actually set to private. I was just having fun. And then I kind of decided, well, whatever, I'll go public. I don't really care that much. I'm not doing anything that I wouldn't necessarily want my students to see. Like, that was my biggest thing, is that I don't really want to, my students to see, because that's all they talk about is TikTok. And I thought it was kind of for little kids. Well, anyways, one night I posted one of my meal preps. I just posted like a quick little, like, something about overnight oats. And so I posted that, just regular Saturday, just posted, woke up and I had like 90,000 views. And then it just kept on going up and up and up. And then it hit 1 million. And that's whenever I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use TikTok for my business. My oats just went viral. And not only, like, I do care about the viral because it's cool, but because of that, like, I was getting so much traction on my Instagram. So, like, since May 15th, I have gained, like, I think 5,000 followers. And then, so a lot of those people are joining, and like, and then they're seeing, oh, she's doing all this meal prep. Now I'm going to look in her bio, because she has referenced it, and oh, she does meal plans, and it's all just become full circle. Just that it's just an idea that if you maybe put yourself out there a little bit, you can't like expect anything, but anyways, it super works for me, just kind of putting myself out there, doing lots of videos, commenting back right away on people, referring to your link in your bio if you can. So we tested it out, and you have to like earn that website mark in your profile. But anyways, and then I put my Instagram bio like button on my TikTok profile so that people can just click it and then go. And then also my profile pictures are the same. And it's just such like a larger audience there. Like, I could post something and get like, let's just say 10,000 views, while something on my Instagram is only going to get about 1,000. So it's a way to connect with people all over. But it's things that you can reuse. Like, if you're going to do your workout video anyway, maybe you could post it on TikTok and do like a voiceover or something of just something motivational. And all these things can be like YouTubed. Like, that's how I was like, how to do a TikTok something. I just like YouTube things to figure out how to do them. But the reach is so much bigger. And then they might connect with you on Instagram, or might connect to subscribing to your newsletter. And I keep on reusing all my content. So it's not like I'm creating things just for TikTok, or if I'm gonna post my lunch on Instagram stories, then I can make it in a cool like video way on my TikTok, but I am putting it on my Instagram. So anyways, I think that's about all that I have. I hope that it was helpful. Just my basic is just to, when we focus on transformations, celebrating everything, mass recruiting, emails, and just giving to our people, then I think that we will all just level up, like, for sure.
Girl, yes. I'm going to read you these questions really fast. I know you might be on your phone. Can you share the Getting Started Google form? I think that is awesome. And do you send cold invites, like to people you've never talked to before? You kind of said you get an idea of their profile and things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about what your process is? Like, how do you find that person? Where are these people? Maybe not all of them are people that have like seen your posts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I am not opposed to sending a cold message, but I really don't. I only am messaging to people who are on my story or are on my likes. And even if I've never talked to them before, they're on there, they might be interested. So I'll just send them an invite right then. So it's kind of cold, but it's not, but they were watching. So that's why I invited them. And yes, I can send that form.
What does that invite look like? If you don't mind just kind of
Yeah, I might say like, hey girlfriend, saw you on my story and didn't know if you saw, but I host these accountability groups, and this month I'm doing a red, white, and booty accountability group where we work out from our own homes and then we log in an app together. I'm just super excited about it. I didn't know if you might have any interest in joining. Send a link to my group. Or I might say, hey girlfriend, saw you on my story and I just love your profile and your vibes, and I had a cool opportunity that I wanted to run by you. I'm a social media influencer where I work out from home, log in an app together, post for inspiration and just a positive influence in general. And I think that you'd be really awesome because of blank, like, and I kind of fill that in, and didn't know if you might want to hear.
I love that. I love how you just broke down coaching into like just a different way of seeing it, because social media has shifted so much, and I've actually started kind of bringing it up in that manner, and I feel like it clicks for people so much more than the word coach sometimes, because like when I think about coach, I think like my track coach or my basketball coach or a life coach, and I think sometimes that word is so broad. So I like that you said that. You don't do this full time, correct? But how do you do this with teaching? I love that you shared how many invites you send. I also love that you shared how many people tell you no or don't respond, because that's important to remember, guys. And the way she broke that down as to why she tries to bring on 5 coaches because the one coach might stick, or why you send 100 invites because the 10, might create convo with you. That's how it goes for honestly almost all of it. Like if I'm sending 100 invites, it's going to look about like that for me too. So I love that you shared that, but can you tell us how the heck you're doing that while also teaching?
So I haven't been teaching for a long time. So my schedule has been crazy, or not crazy, but it's been like way easier. But whenever I just made myself become a morning person. And so I get up at like, my alarm goes off at like 5:10. I get up, I get my workout in right away. And then I send invites while I'm like drinking coffee, eating breakfast. And I try to have like most of my like work done before school. I have to be there at 8. I try to get there a little bit early, but that way I just feel good. And I used to wake up at like 6:50 or 7, and then I just feel rushed my entire day. But since I'm getting up so early, I feel so accomplished. Like by the time I get to school, I don't have to worry about like, oh my gosh, I gotta get all my invites in. And if I have time to do anything in my like breaks at school, I might, but I really try to be at school, like just multitasking, like grading and everything like that, so that whenever I come home, that I'm not bringing my school home. So I try to just be really present in my moments. And then whenever I get home, I have about an hour-ish before my husband gets home, and I try to get anything else knocked out then. And then we have dinner, and then I try not to do anything else so that I can just be present in that moment.
That's incredible, because really guys, that's not that much time. It's just focus time. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's paying off for you, right? Like Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income, but look at the business that she's creating, you guys. So it's not like you're doing this for nothing if you do it right and you do it in the way that, we're sharing with you. There's so much fruition that can come from that. Thank you so much for all of these tips. This was awesome. Does anyone have any other questions? And I just want to reiterate too that she said her work, income producing work, not scrolling social media, things where you're inviting or you're connecting, like those things build our businesses, not creating graphics, not checking into our team pages. It's really not that. It's inviting or talking to people. Anybody want to shoot her any other question? Because we'll get off here. Thank you so much, Kenzie. This was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody? All right. Well, I know we'll be blowing up in the team page for some takeaways while it's fresh. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys later. Happy Wednesday. Bye.